What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Ken with the Anchor Reef. Uh, Today, as you can see the bag floating back there in the back, gonna be adding another fish to the quarantine tank. One of my main reasons I feel quarantining is highly effective due to the fact that we have lost another fish. Now, I'm proud to say that have been going crazy doing a whole bunch of testing and whatnot of the quarantine tank, making sure it's not nothing in the tank. Yet at the same time, you must be aware of the source of where you get your fish, um, the amount of time he's been quarantined. Honestly, I feel like that fish may have been too big for the size quarantine tank I had. Plus, he ended up getting velvet, so that's a whole different situation. He died too quickly. But quarantine is very highly effective for the simple fact that I did not kill everybody else in the reef. At the same time, I lost these two fish. King Solomon actually died 2 weeks before he was supposed to go into the reef. So, as you see, a 30-day process of making sure fish is healthy, definitely eating, active, full of color and life before putting him into your main display will save you a lot of heartache with the rest of your fish. A little bummed out about losing these two. They were definitely two that I wanted. Right now I got a powder brown tang floating in the bag back there. I had one before. He was a little feisty, a little bit feisty than I had light. But now with having Zeus in the big tank, myself in tank, and a little bit more room, 75 gallons, I'm hoping I can go ahead and have both of them now. Definitely a beautiful fish. It was just too early for him. There was a lot of factors involved. So, like I said, I'm gonna try again. I've nuked this tank with copper, with cupramine actually. Uh, so I'm gonna do a water change on it before I actually end up putting him into the tank. Just getting him used to the temperature. It's gonna be the same as the reef. But really, it's just an update on everything that's been going on. Been building some other tanks. I'm working on a stand here to get a mess in it, but it's actually gonna house a quarantine tank for my fish down here, and I will have a coral frag tank on top. So I've been working on that. Been getting a couple other tanks done for some customers, and pretty much just taking care of my reef. Gonna do some maintenance on it. See the glass a little dirty. Was in the sump last night messing with it, so we're gonna go ahead and get that done. But other than that, folks, I just want you to know the reef is doing fine. Still working on getting another fish into the quarantine tank, so we're gonna have us another 30 days to wait on this fella to get ready. Got a little surprise for you today. I want to show y'all somebody. This is my new little friend, Sonny. I want to show y'all Sonny. Y'all see Sonny in there? It's a powder brown tang now. And Sonny actually got picked up one day on another impulse buy. I've had a couple of powder browns before. I tend to find them a little bit more on the aggressive side though. They've tend to mess with a lot of the other fish, but that was in a smaller tank. I saw Sonny. I was kind of heartbroken from the two that I had lost already in quarantine, and had already done a bunch of dipping to the tank there with copper. So pretty much nuked it for about a week, maybe a week and a half with no fish in it. Turned around, did a water change about 0.5%, still turned around, tested copper levels, of course. And the very next day, I came home with Sonny. So, seeing as how Sonny is very active and very moving, he has no spots, no signs of any kind of parasites, diseases, anything like that. This tank has been heavily medicated with copper. Sonny's actually going to get released into the tank a couple of weeks, actually about a week and a half early. You see how responsive he is. You can't really see the colors on. I had the lights off. For those of you who already noticed, there's another bag floating back there, which means I need my quarantine tank. So Sonny's gonna get to come out. I do feel that he's healthy enough to drop into the reef without killing everybody else. So I am going to learn how to fix this camera right here. Alright, there you go. So, I'm actually going to put Sonny into the reef. I'm so excited. Let's see if we can get Sonny up out of this tank without having to drain most of the water out of here. See if he'll cooperate for me. Seems to be pretty friendly. He'll come to me when I need him to. So we're going to try. Yeah, there you go. Kill this light right here for a second. There's old Zeus in there. He done fanned out. He notices his tank. And that's why I was hoping this time the Prowler Brown would be a little bit more chill coming in last. But we'll monitor him for the next few days, see how you do. Because if I have to remove him, that means tearing down all this rock work to get him out. You can guarantee that. So we'll let those two get settled and keep it moving. Now, back to the surprise in the bag. Y'all thought I forgot, didn't you? This is actually a fish that I have wanted and still want. And I am going to attempt for a second time, seeing as how I feel the first one may have been too large for my quarantine tank, number one. Number two, the lengthy process of 30 to 45 days, he just got lonely. And thirdly, it seriously could have been something wrong with the tank itself, seeing as how two fish I did lose in this tank. So, I mean, I did water test, everything comes back fine. But then again, when you're dealing with a parasite, you never know. So, we're going to attempt it again. This is a redhead Ceylon fairy wrasse. Got it actually ordered shortly after the other one died. And it just now decided to make it in. It's a little bit smaller than the first one, but been sitting here acclimating about an hour and a half now, so we're gonna go ahead and drop it off into this quarantine tank. Yes, I know I just took a fish out. We're gonna put this one in, and actually tomorrow it will be time for water changes on both of these tanks, so it works out perfect. Get this cut open. Get this in here. And even though I trust the store that this water is coming from, still don't want it in